back with another one. They thought it was gonna be another one. Tapping on the who's feet, baby, be crazy. Now this topic, I feel like we really need to talk about it though. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So a couple days, I made a video about Charlie Kirk and his death. You know, I did a little respectful video about it, although I shouldn't have, because the type of person Charlie Kirk was while he was here, I shouldn't have made a respectful video, but I did it anyways, right? And what I've been seeing lately, since I made the Charlie Kirk video, is that this Charlie Kirk death is really exposing the enemies. And when I mean the enemies, I'm talking about the white supremacists, the Coons, the Sellouts, the Tethers. Like, it's really exposing the enemies. And what I mean that is, like, I'm seeing, you know, I've seen a black girl had ended up getting fired from Office Depot because she wouldn't print a Charlie Kirk poster, which is outrageous. Like, you should be able to refuse to do things, like, okay, which is outrageous, right? That, you know, your employer is forcing you as a black person to print out a person who had racist ideologies. We don't care. If you was that, you could. The Office Depot situation is like, you couldn't have found a white employee to have done that, and you know what I'm saying. But you know, he probably wouldn't have went it that way, because, you know, if he had if the manager had asked a white employee and they would have refused, you would have looked crazy if you fired him, because, you know what I'm saying. And I could see why he immediately went to the black woman. All right, now I seen that I think a trans person had ended up getting fired from their job because they had said something negative about Charlie Kirk after he died. And then now I'm seeing that a black nurse had just got fired because she went on the internet and allegedly disrespected Charlie Kirk and his death. And this is why I say I don't work for this is why I don't have a job no more. This is why I don't work for the white man no more. This is why I don't work for these corporations no more, because this is how. And I'll get to these Coon Tethers and these Sellout in a minute, but I'm getting on these corporations because they are what these enemies represent, essentially. This is why I don't work for these corporations. This is why I don't have a 9-to-5 no more. For these reasons, because they will use the fact that they pay you every 2 weeks or every week to make you do certain things. Like, trust me, I've had these experiences mad times where you really don't feel like doing something, and the first thing the manager say was, well, we kind of, or we pay you, or we want you to have money. And you know what I'm saying? I've had those type of experiences where the employers throw that in your face, like, yo, you gotta do what I say so you can get your paycheck on Friday or every 2 Fridays. I had that before, many of times, working in these corporations. And this is why I tell people, you gotta you gotta make your own resources. You got to have your own way of money. I'm not telling you to sell drugs. I'm not telling you to scam. I'm not telling you to do nothing illegal. You can sell lemonade. You can have thrift shops. You can have yard sales. You can do mad legal things that are, people don't know how much things that are legal that are unorthodox, but it's legal though. You see what I'm saying? People don't know that. Like, you can have yard sales. You know what I'm saying? You could do things without the corporation if you really put your mind to it, my nigga, and you really, you know what I'm saying, do your due diligence into succeeding. Because unfortunately, we are in a society where it programs us to be dependent on these corporations. We are dependent on these corporations so we could pay the bills, so we could buy food, so we could put gas in our car, so we pretty much could live. You know, the same corporations that take the life out of us are the ones that also put the money in our pockets so we could live life. You see what I'm saying? So, and I'm not trying to say this on some spiritual. This is not that type of video, my nigga. Trust me. I already do enough spiritual videos. listen, this is not a spiritual video, so I'm not saying this from a spiritual lens. I'm saying it on some, like, you feel what I'm saying? A real person, an honest person, a real nigga. I'm saying it from a real nigga perspective. I'm not saying it from a spiritual perspective. I'm saying it as a real nigga perspective, right? These corporations know that that the society is programmed to work for them, so they'll use that at every advantage. But they'll do it in ways to where they don't think you'll notice, or they'll do it in a way where it's either, you know what I'm saying, they fire you or you do what they say. You see what I'm saying? And then in the back of your mind, you're like, damn, I kind of need the money. So you're kind of forced. You know, the regular buster, the regular square, you have some street niggas that be getting jobs. Don't be thinking, people be thinking that there's only non busters that work these 9 to 5. No, you might have a street nigga that be like, man, nigga, you know what? I'm about to go sell a sack, man. Fuck you. You heard? Fuck you. Fuck this job. Fuck the shift I used. You feel me? You feel me? You gonna have a street nigga be like, nah, I ain't going, man. Fuck all this. I'm about to go sell some drugs or some shit. I'm about to do something else. You heard, bro? But the 9 times out of the 10, you're going to have a square, a buster, where you can get over on them. Mind you, this is another square, another buster doing funny things to another square and another buster. Weird shit. All right? This is why I don't work for these corporations no more, because I really realized that these people genuinely don't give no fucks about you. You really just a slave that gets a little pocket change. Real shit. You a slave that gets a little pocket change. You ask me, these corporations are plantations. These are the modern, these 9 to 5 corporations, bills, and all. That's the modern plantation. But that's a more spiritual video, so we're not gonna get into that. So this is why I don't. You see what I'm saying? That's why I don't agree with these corporations firing these people for speaking out against Charlie Kirk, because I've dealt with things like that before in the working force, and it's bullshit. This is why I'm not in the working force. This is why I do other things, okay? Now, to you sellout, coon, tether motherfuckers. And this is what I literally had an epiphany about. It's just like, with these tethers, with these coons, with these sellouts, right? They know subconsciously. No. Let me rephrase it. They willingly choose to be like, how I want to say it. They willingly choose to be you know how in cartoon cartoon villains. In the cartoon shows, they have a villain, right? A main protagonist. Usually he'll have henchmen, right? And one henchman, he'll get things done. He'll be able to do certain things to the main cast of characters, and then he has the other henchman where the henchman, he's not as efficient and he's more goofy, but he's only around because the main villain realizes how much he loves them and how much he values them. It's like the main villain realizes that one of his henchmen sees him as a god. So that henchman, usually, he's the butt of the joke. He's always getting clowned around, and he's always, getting berated. He's always getting mistreated. But he's still on the team, though, because the main villain realizes that he's really a god to somebody. So that's why, you see what I'm saying? And that's what I realized about these sellouts, these coons, these tethers, is that they're like the henchmen that's always getting berated, that can't get the main characters, that the main character's always like, oh, get out of here, you the whack henchman. They're pretty much like the swiper. Yes, they're like Swiper. Swiper from Door, where all they gotta say is no Door, no Swiper, no, and then he just leave. He just like a boo-boo ass nigga. Right. So imagine Swiper with, let me see. What's like a cartoon villain that was like, putting in work, low key. I'm trying to think. Vilgax from Ben 10. Yes. So the white supremacists are like Vilgax from Ben 10. If you ever watch Ben 10, he's like the little octopus dude, right? Vilgax, right? These Sellout, Tether, Coons are like a bunch of swipers working for Vilgax. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really how I see these Tether, Coons, Sellouts. They're a bunch of swipers working for like a Vilgax, which is the white supremacists, which is the people that make them go against their own people. You see what I'm saying? Those are Vilgaxes. And from Ben 10, Vilgax from Ben 10, you know, the little octopus dude, you know, he's pretty much the Thanos of the Ben 10 universe. And Swiper from, you know, Dora Explorer, all you got to say is, no, Dora, no, and then he just goes away. That's how these Tethers and Coons are. They're a bunch of swipers working for these Vilgaxes. And these Charlie Kirk, the way these dudes are like going all out for Charlie Kirk, a person who openly said he didn't like majority view, a person who openly said he didn't like immigrants, a person he openly said that black pilots, he'd be scared for his life if he seen a black pilot, that Latinos and all these rhetoric. And all these tunes and all these Latino Coons and all these black Coons and all these Latino Tethers and all these black Tethers and all these black Latino Coons, all these Latino sellouts and all these black sellouts. It's like, y'all will never realize you are just a swiper working for a Vilgax. You see what I'm saying? And I say Vilgax because if you follow the Ben 10 storyline, he's like the villain that he's always going to be like the main villain in, you know, the Ben 10 universe. You know what I'm saying? And he, you know, he adapts over time so he can survive and always be the villain. And that's how these white people are in real time. Like, they're always going to adapt. They're always going to do something so where, you know, the Ben 10s, you know, the blacks and the Latinos that stand for right, that really are on the right side of the fence. On the right side of the fence. You see what I'm saying? That you know, the white supremacists always, we're the Ben 10s, the Latinos and the blacks that's on the right side of the fence. We the Ben 10s and the white supremacists are the Vilgax. No matter how old we are, no matter what era in life we are, they're always going to be the villains, like Vilgax was in Ben 10. And these sellout, these Coons, these Tethers, there are just a bunch of swipers from Dora. There's just a bunch of swipers from Dora. You see what I'm saying? And you know the sad part is about it, Dora, Swiper, Dora, the white supremacist is their door. If you know what I'm saying, like the swipers, like the same, like, all right, I'll put it like this. You know how in Dora, right? Swiper's like a fox that robs people and all this shit, and people just look at him like bad, but like he's a goofy though because he never robs nobody. All you gotta say is no, Swiper, no, and he goes away. That's really how these white supremacists treat you Tethers, these Coons, these sellouts. But they won't tell you no swiper, go away right away. They'll let you think they're one of them. They'll let you say that you're not like the other Latinos. They'll let you tell you, oh, you're not like the other blacks. And then when push come to shove, nigga, they hate you more. They don't even like your ass. When you're not even from America and you either Latino, you Arab, you Muslim, you Muslim and Arabs that be on some racist shit. They don't like you niggas either, my nigga. And Charlie Kirk's situation is showing me that these Tethers, these Coons, these sellouts will never realize you are just a swiper working for Vilgax. And the sad part is the white supremacists are like your door when push come to shove. Dead homies. It's sad. So that's all I had to say for this video. You know what I'm saying? These Coons, these Tethers. Oh yeah, and by the way, let me address this Linda Catalina situation before it goes public, before we blow up on YouTube. Alright, so she had went into another content creator, Nate Just Talking, that be on IG. You know, he's on the right, he's a black dude that like just talks about all type of like social issues from a black person's standpoint, you know, unfiltered. He's very unfiltered, right? He had made an unfiltered video about Charlie Kirk after he's dead, right? The Linda Catalina, who's a sellout Tether Latino. I love my Latinos. Black and brown unity all day. I love Latinos. So what I'm about to say is, I only did it out of response because she's a racist. Okay? Linda Catalina had ended up in his inbox, you know, just disrespecting him. You know what I'm saying? And he's being around. He like, yo, we should, we should get together. We should, we have so much sexual. He's trolling her because she's a coon. She's a sellout. The bitch go say, oh, I don't date niggas. I don't matrix. So right there, that kind of triggered me. And yes, I went into her DMs and said some racist ass shit. I called her a spick ass bitch. And I told her that I hope the white people that she's cooning for deport her family. I'm being transparent. I'm being real. Because she said some racist ass shit. So I said, you know what? Fuck it. And then when she answered back, said, I hope you put in the field. Then I had to, I kept testing her. And then when she realized that, oh yeah, she stopped replying to me. She stopped replying to me. Her last thing was, I hope they put you back in the field. And I even told her, I love Latinos, but I hate Coons sellouts like you. She blocked me. So Linda Catalina, if you ever see this video, bitch, suck a dick, bitch. I don't want to even say that word because I fuck with my Latinos, but bitch, you know what I view you as how the white man view you. Yeah. And any nigga that fuck with her, her brothers, her sisters, her mom, her dad is up and is stuck with you. Her grandma, her cousins, nigga, her friends, nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I don't fuck with your type of Latinos, bitch. Dead homies, nigga. So anybody that claims Lena Catalina, bitch, stay far fucking away from me, bitch. But all my Latinos that aren't sellouts, that aren't coons, that aren't some real black and brown timing, bro. Cause I met mad of y'all my whole life. Y'all always come through. Y'all don't claim the bitch. Don't claim the bitch. Because a lot of y'all do claim the racist Latinos. I'm gonna be real. All my real nigga Latinos, y'all do be claiming them racist ass Latinos, bro. I'm gonna keep it a bug. So if you a Latino I fuck with and you fuck with her, nigga, you better not say nothing when I'm berating that bitch, nigga. Dead homies, nigga. Fuck Lena Catalina and any Latino person that deal with that bitch, nigga. Dead homies, nigga. Dead homies. They enemies, nigga. They enemies, nigga. Dead homies, nigga. Black and brown unity though, but they enemies though, nigga. Dead homies, nigga. So just like how the white supremacist enemies, nigga, Lena Catalina and anybody that deals with her, they're enemies too, though. So I just had to say that just in case one day we blow up on YouTube and the bitch want to come out and be like, oh, he's a racist. He came in my DMs and said, no, bitch, I said it in my motherfucking video, dumb bitch. I said it plenty of times. I'm for black and brown unity. Actually, the homie Pacheco, yeah, he's the Mexican and Dominican, and that's my best mans, honestly. And he's black and he's Dominican and Mexican. But anyways, I just had to address that situation, man. And all this Charlie Kirk goofy ass shit, these goofy ass corporations and these enemy ass coons and these Tethers sellouts and all this goofy shit. I had to address it. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.